Hi, this is Mani from bsc2nse.com. In this video, we're going to talk about gardening skills and how it's relevant for your trading and investing. More so for investing, and it's also involved for trading, but it can definitely help you with investing. And this is more of how to improve your mindset, the way you think, the way you should go about when you're planning your trading and investing. So before I proceed further into this video, I want to show my book, Art of Stock Investing. Now this is a very small book, just 40-50 pages in A4 and 80 pages in the smaller than A4 size. This is available in Amazon.com. This is also available free of cost in PDF format if you can fill out a form at bsc2nse.com. So I would definitely urge you to first read the PDF format, and if you like the PDF format of the book, then you can order this from Amazon.com. So let's get back into this video. So coming back to this gardening skills and trading and investing, there are quite a few similar aspects, and although we don't get stressed when we are doing gardening, when we are planting a seed, when we are planting saplings in our garden. So when we plant trees or when we put small saplings or seeds, not all of them grow into big plants. Some of them also die. But we don't really get pretty worked up on that because there's not a lot of money involved. Not a lot of money is wasted because of a plant dying. So we continue to plant new plants in that same place and continue to water them, rather than hoping that the plant which is going to die will recover and somehow come back and grow into a tree. So there is a popular quote. Most of people who've been pretty long in the market would have seen it. This is from Peter Lynch. So it talks about trading and investing and comparing it to the gardening technique. So basically this is what it is. So selling your winners and holding your losers is like cutting the flowers and watering the weeds. Basically cutting out the good plants, and then you continue to water the weeds or the plants which are about to die. Right? Weeds in this case is of course plants which you do not want, but they are anyway growing in the garden by themselves, and which you actually don't want. There's no fruit, there's no use of those plants. So some plants, they come out by themselves in the garden. So it's absolutely foolish, and it's very straightforward. So when you actually think about this, when during gardening we would never do this, but then if you're an investor or trader, then we tend to hold on to the loss making position, and we don't tend to book loss. We tend to hope and then try and keep holding them. And sometimes once we make a very good entry, we tend to especially in investing, once you identify a good company, then you don't tend to later accumulate that stock, or you actually book profit at some point of time and then you get out of the stock. So from an investing perspective, it's really bad if you correctly identified, analyzed and invested in a good company at a good price, and then after a year you just come out and book profits, and you don't actually tend to hold for 5 years or 10 years. Okay. So for investing, this is really simple and really easy to execute to change the mindset. For trading, it's going to be really difficult. Again, if investing is not working out for you, you should try and have more of index ETFs and more of stocks from the index and less of stocks from the non-index stocks, which could be like penny cap or mid cap or companies which are not part of the proper indices, and avoid bulk entry if you're especially entering into specific stocks, because if you make a wrong pick in the specific stock, then, and if the stock goes down, then there's a lot of pressure. Rather you systematically invest very small amounts of money every month, and if you in fact picked a wrong stock and it goes down, you eventually know, and it's easy to come out of the stock rather than a bulk entry. So if at all you do a bulk entry, it's probably advisable to do that in an index ETF. because it's never a single stock, and in the long run you can always expect it to give a positive return as long as the index again recovers, which it mostly does. Over the last 30-40 years, index has always gone up. So thinking that way, bulk entry, if done, should be done only in index ETFs. And trading, like I said, it's not easy. To just changing the mindset may not always give you extremely fruitful results. So there's a lot of things involved in making profits consistently in trading over a longer period of time. So you have to figure out strategies and good strategies, and you have to be very good in both screening and execution. And a strategy is good if at the end of each 10 trades, it yields you a profit, right? So out of 10 trades, you lose 4 or 5 and then you win 6. And net to net, if you're still profitable, then it's a good strategy. And if it keeps happening for every 10 trades, then it's a very good strategy. Then after that, it's purely your execution. So the next thing that you need to think typically about trading is that know what is the max loss involved on the trade before you enter the trade. Okay, so if you're buying an option, and if you're just buying options, then whatever premium that you pay, that is what is your max loss. So just ask yourself, are you prepared to take that loss before you enter the trade? And if you're not comfortable, then try and see if there are ways to reduce loss. Like rather than entering just a blind call option, you can enter a bullish butterfly spread instead, where the cost involved and the risk involved in the trade is much lesser. So you can always go for a butterfly spread. So these are things that you have to consider, and typically in a trade you should realize that it's very difficult to control the loss after you enter the trade. It is easier to reduce the risk before you enter the trade. Like I said, instead of entering just a call option, you can always go for a butterfly spread. And it's very difficult once the market moves against you as a trader. After that, trying to reduce loss is very difficult, or you can only reduce loss very minimally. It will not reduce the loss very significantly. So these are points you can consider, and I hope that comparing gardening to trading and investing will help you with the mindset and might make a small difference to your trading and investing. If you like our videos, subscribe to our channel, stay in touch. Any questions you can post on the comments, any feedback you can post on the comments. And like I said, you can always, I would definitely urge you to go and read this free copy of PDF book. You can fill out the form at bse2nse.com, and if you like the book, you can purchase it from amazon.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.